All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Yes. And, I don't think I have ever seen anyone love someone as much as the new prime minister of Japan. This woman loves Donald Trump. Donald Trump is in Japan, or was in Japan. He might have already left. But it looks like things were very constructive in Japan ahead of Donald Trump's talks with Chinese President Xi Jinping. So Donald Trump is going to be heading to China, and ahead of those talks with Xi Jinping, if I can even say that name correctly, the United States and Japan are signaling solidarity. The leaders of the United States and Japan appeared together on a U.S. aircraft carrier after announcing deals on developing rare earths and deepening their strategic ties, or alliance, rather. And I got to say, this meeting between President Trump and this prime minister, her name is Sanae Takachi. So Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takachi, the first female prime minister of Japan. And, listen, I might be a little bit sexist sometimes, because I feel like that's just how the world works a little bit. But this female prime minister of Japan, she seems to be a total delight. Actually, she's very right wing. She is a huge, massive fan of Donald Trump, and she looks like she's having the time of her life. And believe it or not, I'm going to get into this here in a second, but she used to be a heavy metal drummer. I did not know this until someone commented on one of my videos that I was uploading to my Instagram on Unwoke.Thoughts. Go check me out, Unwoke.Thoughts. It's the best news that you will get on social media. Stay informed. I'm always lightning fast with those posts. But someone commented, they said, did you know she used to be a heavy metal drummer? I did not know that. But turns out she was, and I just had it. Oh, here we go. Right here. Sanae Takachi, Japan's first female prime minister, is a heavy metal drummer. Yeah. Japan has just elected his first female prime minister, Sanae Takachi, whom the BBC dubbed as the country's new Iron Lady in reference to Takachi's outspoken respect for Margaret Thatcher, the UK's original Iron Lady. She is a noted fan of British heavy metal bands like Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple. She's also a longtime amateur drummer playing in a metal band in college and grew up with a love of riding Kawasaki motorcycles. So this is like a real person, enjoys life. Generally I'd be like, okay, can we not get a woman as prime minister of Japan? But she seems pretty legit. So that's Takachi. Now, I know that some of you who have watched me over the last couple of years are probably wondering, why are you back? What have you been doing? So I'm going to get into that here in a second. And then I want to get into Donald Trump's visit to Japan with this female prime minister. It was a pretty awesome visit. But guys, I did something that I think is pretty cool. Something I've been working on actually for a few weeks now. This is something that's been taking a lot of my time. I wrote a children's book, and let me go to it really fast. I want you to tell me what you think of this children's book. Hold on a second. This has been pretty crazy for me. Let's see. It's called The Kingdom of Ice. Search it really quick. Okay, here we go. So this is something that I have been spending some time on, and I want you to go check it out. And it'd be awesome if you were to buy this book. But I had the idea. This is a quick little plug for me. I had the idea because I remember a couple years ago, there was some leftists that produced a children's book that vaguely alluded to transgenderism, and it was kind of made in a fun, like way that children would enjoy reading the book. And I remember it got a lot of attention. There was conservative influencers that were absolutely outraged about this book, and rightfully so. I mean, you don't want your children learning about those types of things. It's to me, it's absolutely insane what they were teaching the kids. But I had this idea, and I got that idea from that. And I was like, we need to fight back with some propaganda of our own, right? And an added bonus is that it's enraging to the left. And so I wrote this book. It's called Kingdom of Ice. It's a book that vaguely and subtly alludes to the importance of keeping your community safe, the importance of not just letting any old thing into your community, into a country, into a nation. The importance of having some safeguards in place against some outsiders, against certain potential outsiders that could come into your community, your kingdom in this case. So I'm going to read the description on this. Go buy this book. It's very important. Go leave a review, because I actually had someone post this on Reddit. They posted this on Reddit, and it kind of exploded on a couple Reddit communities. And if you know anything about Reddit, it's very liberal. So a couple of these liberal Reddit or subreddits actually had people go over to my book here and leave bad reviews. But this is the book. This is the description. In the frosty realm of shimmering towers and crystal dreams, an old sleepy king makes a mistake that nearly melts his entire kingdom. So the old sleepy king here, in this case, is, of course, Sleepy Joe Biden. When he invites warmth into his frozen land, chaos erupts, snowmen slump, towers drip, and stinky orange blobs take over. But from the puddles of despair, a new hero rises. The strong king, brave and bold, determined to make ice great again, save the kingdom. In this allegory, join the little blue ice children and brave cubes as they fight to bring back order to their chilly home. It's interesting here, up on top here. This is supposed to say stinky orange heat blobs. This is stinky orange blobs. Because ice, the king invites heat into the kingdom. All the ice melts, so I got to change that description. Through humor, adventure, and heart, the Kingdom of Ice teaches children the importance of teamwork and standing strong even when things get a little too warm. Perfect for children 3 through 8. His beautifully illustrated story blends charm, color, and timeless message. And a timeless message about courage, responsibility, and the importance of keeping community safe. Now, let me go down to what some of these leftists were saying about this book, guys. And yes, I'm going to be getting back to Donald Trump in Japan, but I had to tell you guys about what happened. Okay, what I've been doing. So some of these reviews, and please go review this book. It's very important. I need, I think, 27 more reviews in order to get at least a 4-star review. This book sat at like 2 stars or 1.7 stars for several days. And then it actually got to like, I think it was number 18 on Amazon in a certain category. It was pretty awesome. But we have this person. It's an amazing book for my children. They are already reading Mein Kampf and really celebrating the fascist ways. Yes, the book with 2 boys, penguins, is somehow indoctrinating kids with this. If you like Mein Kampf, you will surely enjoy this book. So, guys, please do me a favor. Go buy this book. It's called The Kingdom of Ice on Amazon, and it's written under a pen name. My goal was to increase or to maximize the amount of outrage for the left. And most people don't know who I am on the left. Most people don't know who I am. But a lot of people know who Kristi Noem is. So I figured, just as an extra little Easter egg, I would put the author pen name Misty Poem. Yes, Misty Poem, Kristi Noem, the secretary of the Department of something, the secretary of that department that runs ICE, Kristi Noem. So I figured I'd put her as, or not her, but someone that sounded like her as the author. But getting back to Donald Trump in Japan, this is probably why you guys are really here. Donald Trump, he looked like he had a really good time on this boat visiting the United States soldiers in Japan. And they are actually loving it. I can't play this video because it's going to be a copyright strike. But Donald Trump, he visits Japanese stationed soldiers. These are United States soldiers, U.S. soldiers in Japan, doing his iconic Trump dance in front of the soldiers. And this was probably right here. This was probably my favorite video from Donald Trump's trip to Japan. So this is Japan's new prime minister, this woman, Sakachi. And guys, look how giddy she looks when Donald Trump introduces her as Japan's first woman prime minister. She jumps around with joy. She looks all giddy. She's so happy. She looks like she's fangirling for Donald Trump, and she probably is. She's new. She's a new prime minister. So she's starting to, like, I guess, experience and meet all these people that she's probably heard about for her entire life. So this is probably like a movie for her. So some of that probably bubbles to the surface every once in a while. I feel like this is one of those moments when she's being introduced by Donald Trump. I mean, one of the most iconic American figures, especially in the last 50 years. I mean, Donald Trump is so iconic. So growing up, meeting a movie star, a celebrity, a billionaire, a president, someone like Donald Trump, and they're probably similar in age. I'm not exactly sure how old Sakashi is, Prime Minister Sakashi is, but she's probably, somewhere around the age of Donald Trump. She probably remembers The Apprentice and all of that. So she's probably just loving this. She's on cloud nine. But watch Sakashi when Donald Trump introduces her as Japan's first female prime minister.
To say this, the first female prime minister in the history of Japan.
Look at her, yeah.
Madam Prime Minister.
She's so excited. Look at, she's excited. Did she do a little spin? Yeah, she does a little spin. She's so excited.
Say a few words, please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I will say her voice is a lot deeper than I thought it would be.
通訳。本日、米国の海軍創設250周年。
To say this.
So that was Donald Trump introducing. I that was just kind of a cute moment, I thought. Donald Trump and Sakashi. Some other news. We got Howard Lutnick, my one of my least favorite people in the Trump administration, but he announces a lot of money invested in the United States by Japan.
$1 billion of investment.
$490 billion of investment by Japan. So that's very exciting. And the next coolest video that I saw, might be the coolest video, but Donald Trump, he makes an epic entrance into this ship. The USS George Washington in Japan. So I'm assuming this must be like an aircraft carrier. I'm not entirely sure, but look at this entrance he makes. I can't play the sound because once again, that Lee Greenwood that sings "I'm Proud to Be American." I'm telling you, I've gotten copyright struck so many times from that song. Live streaming on RSBN's Trump speeches on YouTube. I got so many copyright strikes from that song. But this is the entrance that Donald Trump made. It's really cool. I can play the first part, but I'm gonna have to mute it here in a second. So this elevator thing comes down, slides down, and Donald Trump, there he is between two fighter jets. So, I mean, what an entrance. It's like an elevator coming down. Donald Trump is standing between two fighter jets, and he walks out. I mean, that's complete aura, but very successful. Looks like a successful trip to Japan Donald Trump had. But then the big one, because Donald Trump, of course, he did put 100% tariffs on China, and that caused the stocks to just plummet. I don't have a whole lot in stocks, but I have a little bit. And I just remember seeing my portfolio that day, and I was like, man, what is going on? I was down like, shoot. I wasn't losing money, but I had all my profits had been erased from all of my investments that I had made, and I was not feeling good about it. But now they're back up a little bit down from yesterday. So I'm hoping Donald Trump could pull some strings with Xi, get the stock market roaring again. I know it can't last forever, but I'm on this ride until until I need to get off. But in the midst of all of this, though, of course, we can't leave this out. Last but not least, Rosie O'Donnell, she went on the news. She's still got that really sore wound that she's picking at. This poor woman, poor woman, Rosie O'Donnell, in the midst of Donald Trump going to Japan, making these record deals, meeting with Satoshi Nakamoto or whatever her name is. She goes on the news. She says, every day it's getting worse. I feel like we're in a dystopian nightmare and no one is doing anything about it. He's a criminal con man. There's no way you can look at the facts about this man and believe in him. So this is Rosie O'Donnell.
It's worse every day. I feel like we're in a dystopian nightmare and no one is doing anything about it. I don't understand how he's able to get away with the things he gets away with, breaking the law, the emoluments clause, taking bribes, blackmailing people. He's a criminal con man.
Wait a second. So you mean things that the Democrats have been doing for like the past 20 years out in the open? Not just that, but at the same time, they were literally putting the boot on the neck of the American people. I mean, with COVID, with speech laws, they were pressuring all the social media companies to take down things that they didn't like. So not only were they blackmailing, not only were they're paying off people, arresting American citizens for things like speech and standing around the Capitol. They were also pressuring companies to put the boot on your neck, to crush out your voice. So it's amazing to me that these elites, they have the gall to actually go in the news and talk about these types of things, because it's like, do you guys not hear what you're saying? You guys are so detached from reality. I mean, I'm not saying Donald Trump is perfect, but all the other stuff he does, if this were in any way true, I would say, at least Donald Trump and his administration is not censoring people, is not putting the boot on the neck of people. Even if all the stuff she says is true, at least he is not going after the average American. At least he is standing up for what the average American wants. They want these illegals out of there. They want the economy to get better. They want to be able to say things without being censored. So it's amazing to me that she does not see the double standard. This is the rest of what she had to say.
And if you grew up in New York, as I did, you knew this your whole life. We watched his planes get repossessed off the runway at LaGuardia. We watched him try to sell steaks and cologne in a fake university.
That is the entrepreneurial spirit. That's what people love about Donald Trump, okay? Like, yes, there are things that are grifts. Everything is a grift. When you step out to do something, you have all of these haters. You got to make money, you got to make money somehow. And there's all sorts of ways to make that money. You got to convince people to give you their money for a product. And it's a grift. I just wrote this book and I 100% admit it's a grift. But, we got to make money. It's the entrepreneurial spirit. And that's what liberals just don't get. There is an art to making money. And she thinks all these things just sound like scams and grifts and all these. And I admit it is a grift, but that's what entrepreneurs do. And you look at any other business, any business really, they're all grifts. They're all grifts. They're all there to convince people to extract the money out of their bank account and give it to them. There are different ways they go about that, but that is all the end goal. They got to, and hopefully they provide a halfway decent product in order to convince the people to do that. But in this day and age, it's so competitive as an entrepreneur, you have to go above and beyond and figuring out how to get people to buy your product. And Donald Trump, he was the king of that. And he failed many times, but he was successful many times. And that's what they don't like. That's what they don't get. As an entrepreneur, anyone that steps off the beaten path, you have to be like that. You have to be willing to fail, because if you stop after you fail once, I mean, you're not going to ever be successful, because before you're ever successful, you fail a ton of times. I know this for a fact. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this video. I am back. I'm going to be start uploading again. Make sure you go download my book, buy it on Kindle, or you can buy the paperback as well. It's called Kingdom of Ice. Let me see if I can get back to that. Page. Amazon. Go back to Amazon. Go back to Amazon here. Okay, yes, guys, go to Amazon, search Kingdom of Ice. On mine, it's the second one that pops up. I think the first one's sponsored. And it's this book right here. Take a look at it. Do me a favor, buy it. It's cheaper if you buy it on Kindle. It downloads automatically. You can buy the paper book as well, or the paperback as well. Especially if you buy it, please leave a review. Very important that I review this. I need 27 more 5-star reviews in order to get it to 4 stars. That's my goal. I at least wanted to get to 4 stars. I had all of those leftists on Reddit review bomb the book. So it's struggling right now, 2.8 stars. But I kind of expected that. It's a controversial book, and we just need to win this war, guys. So go check it out. Go buy it. Leave a comment. I will put the link in the description so you can click and go directly to this book. But thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. God bless.